My name is Claire, and I made a choice that I can't take back. Some say temptation comes out of nowhere, but for me, it was planned. Not by me, by my own husband. We'd been married for 7 years. From the outside, we looked fine, family photos, dinners out, smiles for friends. But behind closed doors, things were cold. We barely talked, and when we did, it was about bills or chores. I thought he didn't notice how unhappy I was. But maybe he noticed too much. One Friday, my husband told me he had to work late, and asked if his friend Mark could come by to drop off some tools. I knew Mark, tall, confident, the kind of man who could light up a room without trying. We'd shared casual conversations before, nothing more. When Mark arrived, my husband was already gone. He said, "Looks like it's just us." The way he said it felt different. We sat in the kitchen, coffee in hand, talking about random things, work, the weather, his recent trip. But there was something in the air, a subtle shift. Every time our eyes met, it felt like a silent conversation neither of us wanted to acknowledge. I remember laughing at one of his jokes, and noticing how close he was standing. It should have been harmless, but it wasn't. Mark stepped closer, leaning on the counter beside me. The warmth from him, the way he looked at me, it was intoxicating. I could have stepped back. I could have said something to break the tension. But I didn't. Because in that moment, I felt seen in a way I hadn't in years. We kept talking, but our words felt like a distraction from what was really happening. There was this unspoken pull, as if the room had gotten smaller. When his hand brushed mine, I didn't move away. It was the smallest gesture, but it carried the weight of everything we weren't saying. I knew exactly where this was heading, and I let it. When it was over, Mark left quickly, almost without looking at me. The house felt different, quieter, heavier. I stood in the kitchen, my coffee still on the counter untouched. An hour later, my husband came home, smiling like nothing was wrong. And for a brief second I wondered, did he know? Days later, I found out the truth. He had left us alone on purpose. He told me over dinner, casually, as if it was nothing. "I figured you and Mark might get along." I stared at him, shocked. Was this some twisted test? Or had he wanted this to happen all along? That night broke something in me. Not just because I crossed a line, but because I realized my husband had opened the door for it to happen. Maybe he wanted an excuse to leave me. Maybe he wanted to prove I was unfaithful. Or maybe he simply didn't care anymore. Whatever his reason, I still made my choice. I can't put the blame on him or on Mark. The moment I didn't step away, I knew. Infidelity isn't always about passion or romance. It's often about feeling unseen, unheard, unwanted. But those feelings don't justify the damage it causes. If I could go back, I would have walked away. I would have found the courage to talk to my husband instead of letting silence and distance push me towards something I can't undo. This is my story. One night, one choice, and everything changed. If you take anything from this, let it be this. When temptation knocks, it's not just your heart on the line. It's the trust of everyone who believes in you. Fade out.